Okay, I welcome you all to the prize distribution of e-ceremony of our Honorable late Shri Shankar Rao Chauhan National Legislative Drafting Competition 2020. So we have organized this particular competition on the occasion of birth centenary year of Honorable Shri Shankar Rao Chauhan, the founder president of Marathwada Mitra Manda. He was also former chief minister of Maharashtra and former home minister of India. So I welcome each and everyone to this prize distribution e-ceremony. We have amongst us our chief guest, the director of Gujarat National Law University, Gujarat, Professor Dr. S. Shanta Kumar sir. Before going ahead, I wish to ask the principal ma'am to address the gathering and tell us the gathering about the college. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Saurabh sir. And first of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks and I extend my warm welcome to Shanta Kumar sir for accepting our invitation and for blessing this prize distribution ceremony. Sir, we are aware that you are very busy, but in spite of your busy schedule, today you accepted our invitation and you are going to spend time with all participants and with us. So thank you very much, sir. And once again, I welcome you. Actually, in January 2020, we were looking forward to meet you in person in one international conference. But I think because of some reasons, we could not make it. So today we are meeting online. But I expect and I'm very hopeful that once this pandemic gets over, definitely you will visit our institute and you will guide us and our students for further development. Uh, I also welcome all participants of this competition. Very enthusiastically, they have participated in this competition. Though we all are going through much difficulties because of this pandemic, still they have kept their spirit high. And with full of enthusiasm, students from all over country, they have participated. I think around 27 teams are there who have participated in this first legislative drafting competition. Now, I take this opportunity. I am aware that students, they are waiting for Shanta Kumar sir's address and prize distribution ceremony, but I will take only 2 minutes and I'll introduce our institute to the chief guest and to participants also. Sir, Shankar Rao Chauhan Law College is established in the year 2003. Presently, we are means our campus is based in Pune, and we are conducting, or we are what we can say, we have 5 years and 3 years law course in our institute. So this institution was founded by Honorable late Shri Shankar Raoji Chauhan with very different vision and mission. He belongs to Marathwada region. Marathwada region is a drought hit area in Maharashtra. So he wanted that students from this drought hit area should come to Pune and they should take education, they should pursue their education, and they should lead to successful life. So to these students, he started giving free accommodation facility in Pune in the year 1967. So with this pious object, this institution started, but gradually institution got developed, and now we have around 13 educational institutions in Pune under the umbrella of Marathwada Mitra Manda. We are catering into the education, means we are catering to engineering students, MBA, pharmacy, commerce, architecture, interior design, and the law college, which was established in the year 2003. So in law college, we are trying our level best to cater good quality legal education, and we are trying to give good lawyers to the society with good human values. Instead of saying so much thing, only one thing I can say, that last year law college went for NAC accreditation, and in very first cycle of NAC accreditation we have received A grade. So the life of college is very small, 15 years old, and during this 15 years the college, means because of their efforts and good guidance of the management, we could get A grade in the NAC first cycle. I am aware that we have very miles to go, but we should cherish each and every mile which will come. So this is about our institution. Just now, Saurabh sir, in that we are centenary year of late Shri Shankar Rao Ji Chavan. So in his fond memory, we have organized this competition. Before COVID, we thought that we will organize or we will invite students in the campus, but we could not do so. So this year we are conducting it online. So once again, I'm very thankful to Shanta Kumar sir, to all the participants for participating and giving their contribution in the competition. And last but not the least, Saurabh Ubale sir, who is coordinating this event since last 2 months. I think the success of this competition goes to Saurabh Ubale sir, because he worked very meticulously, dedicatedly, and today is the final day of this competition. So once again, I welcome you all. Thank you so much. Over to you, Saurabh sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before going to the most awaited moment for me to hear Shanta Kumar sir, I wish to tell you that we have organized this competition under our center, which has been established on 14th August 2020, the Center for Law, Public Policy and Governance. So with the motto that Dharmo Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishtha Loke Dharmishtim Praja Upasarpanti. So with this motto that the object is to understand and reform to be taken place into the legal framework, and to have more drafting skills to be developed into the students at large. And so we have come up with this particular competition, that is the Honorable Late Shri Shankar Rao Chauhan National Legislative Drafting Competition. Now, without wasting further time, I invite Shanta Kumar sir to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Saurabh. Distinguished Principal of Marathwada Mitra Mandal, Shankar Rao Chauhan Law College, Dr. Kranti Deshmukh. My dear friend Saurabh Ubale, Assistant Professor of Law and Coordinator, Center for Law, Public Policy and Governance. Distinguished faculty members, staff and students of Marathwada Mitra Mandal, Shankar Rao Chauhan Law College, prize winners and participants in the Honorable Late Shri Shankar Rao Chauhan National Legislative Drafting Competition, participants in today's program, ladies and gentlemen. My sincere appreciations to the President, Principal, Coordinator of the Center for Law, Public Policy and Governance for innovatively conceiving the idea of organizing this National Legislative Drafting Competition on the topic, the Epidemic Diseases Bill, to engage the law students of the country very constructively during these depressing times of the pandemic caused by COVID-19. My sincere appreciations to all the 50-odd amazing law students who accepted this challenge and seized this opportunity to research and draft the Epidemic Diseases Bill, thereby honing up their research and drafting skills. I wish all the participants all the very best for success in their professional career. Coming to legislative drafting, the subject in itself is a subject for serious study. But unfortunately, in India, it has not acquired the attention commensurating to the importance of the subject. Law schools, which are supposed to impart knowledge and skill related to legislative drafting, has literally failed in paying sufficient attention to this very important aspect of legal training. To my knowledge, just a few law schools in single digit impart training on legislative drafting out of the 1700 odd law schools in India. This is primarily the reason, by and large, the drafting of statute is generally in the hands of those who do not have a specialized training and experience in drafting, so to say, in the hands of law-knowing laymen in drafting. In this context, we must very generously appreciate the Marathwada Mitra Mandal Shankarrao Chauhan Law College for providing such a wonderful opportunity for law students to acquire these skills. You always know that Indian laws have often been criticized for very poor drafting, which in fact makes them very difficult to read. There is over reliance on the archaic drafting elements such as provisos, notwithstanding clauses, gendered and non-inclusive terms, and the use of foreign terms, etc. Complex legal drafting goes against the grain of a democratic and a participatory society, as it reduces the accessibility of law to the common man. I would request all of you to read a very small but a very interesting judgment of the Supreme Court by Justice V.R. Krishna here. It's a case called Chittan Vaswani versus State of West Bengal. So you can just check for Vaswani versus State of West Bengal. Chittan J. Vaswani versus State of West Bengal. It's a fantastic piece of. It's a classic by itself. That judgment. It's a small judgment, in which Justice V.R. Krishna here commented on a law which was there in that, which was the subject matter of interpretation in that case, Chittan Vaswani versus State of West Bengal. That he says that the law, as enacted by the Parliament in a mood of high morality, but with such drafting inefficiency that it has pathetically failed to produce any decline in the malady. I quote Justice V.R. Krishna here. He says, a law enacted by the Parliament in a mood of high morality, but with such drafting inefficiency that it has pathetically failed to produce any decline in the malady. So the Supreme Court, in fact, expressed its concerns, and it further observed that lack of legislative simplicity has led to interpretative complexity. Because if the law is not simple, then it calls for a lot of interpretations, which makes understanding the law quite complex. It is always said that drafting a legislation is an art. A well-drafted bill results not from slavishly following numerous arbitrary rules, but rather from a thorough knowledge of the subject, careful attention to the details, and adherence to common sense principles such as simplicity, clarity, and good organization, a logical presentation. Legal draftsmen, though being in the background, they are the real persons who propel this machinery by preparing a legislation to meet a required need to combat any social evil, or maybe for social welfare, or to meet any challenge or menace that is posing threat to the society. In a society governed by rule of law, the only method to meet any kind of problem and odds, or to achieve any social goal, is only through law, the law which is essentially framed by the legislative draftsman. Therefore, the job of a legislative draftsman is undoubtedly ought to be creative in nature. It is generally compared to the job of an architect. Generally, the job of a legislative draftsman is generally compared to the job of an architect. An architect, if he is provided with a site and the requirements, he prepares the whole project, even with the minutest details. right from the foundation till the elevation. Similar is the situation with a legislative draftsman. The legislature indicates the purpose to the draftsman, which is sought to be achieved by the legislation. And the draftsmen are set at work doing the whole exercise of drafting the legislation. Any defect in designing, foundation, or other important things may result in crumbling of this structure. Similarly, any serious loophole or defect in the legislation may render that law ultra-virus or void. You all must be remembering this name, a gentleman called James Stephen. James Stephen is the author of the Indian Evidence Act. He once remarked that it is not enough to attain a degree of precision which a person reading in good faith can understand, but it is necessary to attain, if possible, a degree of precision which a person reading in bad faith cannot misunderstand. This statement is still as relevant today as it was over 130 years ago, when he actually first quoted this in 1891. So legal writing has often been criticized for being unnecessarily complex, superfluous, and more importantly, unintelligible to the common citizen, and sometimes even to the people who are well versed with it. The repercussions are even graver when this writing takes the form of legislative drafting. Legislations are of deep importance in a democratic system. They shape up everything, right from an individual's behavior to the degree of efficiency with which a society shall work. It is imperative that every common citizen be able to gauge the meanings and implications of laws that affect them. This basic right, therefore, should not be limited to a select few lawyers with formal legal training. Clear, concise, and well-articulated legislation, which avoids unnecessary usage of provisos, archaic jargons, and tedious legalese, paves way for better understanding by the citizens, better enforcement by the executive, and a proper interpretation by the judiciary. These basic tenets lie at the heart of the plain language movement, which has been positively altering the phase of legislative drafting since the 1970s. This effect, the effect of this plain language movement has been more seen visibly in countries like Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, even in England. In England, even they don't use it as simplification. They use the word easification of law. There is a movement called easification of law. They want law to be as easy to be read and understood, even in an English-speaking country like England. The Supreme Court of India in 1976, it observed that we cannot but deplore the clumsy draftsmanship displayed in a statute, which affects the common man in his daily bread. It is unfortunate that easy comprehensibility and simplicity for the layman are discarded sometimes through over-sophisticated scholarship in the art of drawing up legislative bills. The principle of rule of law presupposes that those who are affected by a law should be in a position to ascertain its meaning and effect. Therefore, plain language drafting is the need of the hour, to facilitate strengthening the rule of law and ensure better accessibility and participation of the citizens of the country. It cannot be overstressed that a new orientation for drafting methodology, adopting directness of language, and avoiding involved reference and obscurity is overdue. In this context, I wish to conclude by once again appreciating the Marathwada Mitra Mandal Shankarrao Chauhan Law College for providing such a wonderful opportunity and platform for the young law students to acquire the skills required for legislative drafting. And I had the opportunity of going through at least 15 draft bills, which has been selected and compiled by the college, enacted by these wonderful law students. And therefore, my special appreciations to all the participants who have taken all the pains to participate in this legislative drafting competition and for drafting such a brilliant piece of legislation called the Epidemic Diseases Bill. I wish all the participants all the very best and thank the organizers for giving all the law students in the country a wonderful opportunity and also for inviting me to be a part of this noble cause. Thank you so much. Thanks to my friend Saurav for remembering me and inviting me for this wonderful occasion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So that's why we said that we were eager to listen you. So hopefully after the pandemic situation gets over, we'll able to hear you on our campus as well. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing the time with us and specifically giving so much insights on the topic of drafting and sharing a wonderful, we can say, thoughts on that on this particular area. So now, without further delay, I wish to congratulate all the participants. So far, we have more than 60 participants and more than 35 teams which are participated in this particular competition. Now, I'll share the screen so that we can announce the results now. Okay, the results are here. The Center for Law, Public Policy and Governance, who have organized this Honorable Late Shri Shankarrao Chauhan National Legislative Drafting Competition 2020 on Epidemic Diseases Bill. The third prize of this competition, which is considered as an second runner-up, goes to STS Sinhagad Law College, Pune, Maharashtra, Nidhi Bindu Madhav Kulkarni and Priyanka Supekar. Congratulations to teams. After announcing all the results, I request all the winners and the runners-up to unmute and to make on their videos. Now, the second prize for this particular competition goes to the Amity Law School, Delhi, which is affiliated to GGSIPU. Sania Kapoor is the participant who got the second prize. And first prize goes to Faculty of Law, PS University, Bangalore, Karnataka, Priyanka Madane and Spandana Reddy. Congratulations to all the winners and runners-up. Now, as we have decided, we'll publish top 10 drafts into one of the publication. We already have forwarded that publication to Prime Minister Office, and we are soon forwarding that particular publication to the legislative assemblies of various states. So top 10 drafts that been secured highest position are these drafts. So Lalit Shah and Varun Inamdar from Shankarrao Chauhan Law College, Shreya Karade and Vaishnavi Jeurkar from Shankarrao Chauhan Law College, Rashmi S and Shruti U from School of Law, Shastra University, Tamil Nadu, Gaurav Mulik and Srishti Parikh from Amity University, Haryana, Hema Modi and Om Agarwal from Praveen Gandhi College of Law, Mumbai, Mohammad Osama Siddiqui and Saif Amin Khan from AKK New Law Academy Research Center, Pune, and Nikita Badzate and Kiran Mote from New Law College, Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. As we have taken into consideration the efforts of all the participants, we have gone further, and we also have taken 5 more drafts from the total 35 drafts that we have received. So top 15 drafts and the rest of the 5 drafts that we have selected are these. So Siddhi Shipurkar and Ankita Thorat from Shankarrao Chauhan Law College, Jyoti Kumar and Priti Kumar from Central University of South Bihar, Bihar, Rishita Dubey and Chintan Tamane from Balaji Law College, Pune, Annapurni S from Government Law College, Chengalpattu, Tamil Nadu, Sanjana Rai and Mayank Parashar from Jharkhand Lake City University, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, Siddhi Shirpurkar and Ankita Balu Thorat from Shankarrao Chauhan Law College, and Jyoti Kumari and Priti Kumari from Central University of South Bihar. I congratulate to all the participants and all the winners. Now I'm just going to share you the publication that we have made of all these drafts. So whatever that we have forwarded to the PMO office. So this is our publication. So we have already put top 15 drafts in this. So it is in publication of the drafts securing highest position. And so these are the 15 drafts that we have selected out of all these drafts that we have received in this particular competition. Yes. So now I hand over to Kranti ma'am to say a few words about the results.
Yes. Thank you, Saurabh sir. First of all, I congratulate all participants, winners of this competition. And as Saurabh sir said, that when we went through all these drafts, we found that all drafts are extremely good. Students, they have taken so much efforts. It was just hardly a matter of 1 to 2 marks where they have missed out. And still, later we took this decision that instead of incorporating only 10 drafts, we incorporated 15 drafts. So all means participants, they put us in trouble while selecting this draft, because they were very, very good. Means the language which they have used, drafting skills they have used while drafting this drafts, everything was wonderful. So now we have with us top 3 participants, those who have won this competition: Priyanka, Sampada, and I think one more will join. So I would request participants to share their words or their experience with us when they participated in this competition. I think Priyanka is here. If she would like to share something.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. I would like to thank the college for giving us this opportunity to participate in this competition. It was an overwhelming experience, and it was such a good experience. We learned so many things while drafting this legislation, and especially in this pandemic, whatever was relevant, the topic fit in very well. And it was so relevant for us. So we learned a lot through this competition. Again, I would like to thank the college for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sampadana.
Andana.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. So I'm very happy, and I'd like to thank the entire management of the college for giving us this amazing opportunity. And also I'd like to thank the members who conducted this competition and for solving our doubts. Whenever we emailed, they replied within a day. So I'd like to thank them. And it was an amazing experience. So thank you.
Yeah, and Nidhi Kulkarni.
Thank you, ma'am. My partner is not here. She couldn't join, but thank you very much for this opportunity. And I am still shocked to hear, so I don't have any words.
Okay, and last, Venu Kapoor is with us.
Yes, thank you so much. I think this was an amazing opportunity for kids these days, and especially why I found this such an amazing competition was that it's so relevant to today's time. And I hope that whatever incorporations we've tried to make actually implemented, so that we don't have to face such a pandemic or any other disease again, and it's better managed. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So once again, congratulations to all winners and participants of this competition. And now my heartfelt thanks to Shanta Kumar sir for joining and sparing his valuable time and for giving us valuable guidance on this occasion of prize distribution ceremony. Thank you so much, sir. And just as said, that means we are hoping to see you on our campus very soon. So definitely we are looking forward for that.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Saurabh sir, also.
Thank you.
So once again, thank you very much. And I will be failing in my duties if I forget to mention the management of Marathwada Mitra Mandal, who have provided all kind of support and guidance for organizing this competition. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. As during this particular program, all the participants must have received the participation certificate. All the winners have received the certificates of their position, and the publication you will receive by end of this day. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you, Shanta Kumar sir. So always support that I usually get, and the enrichment of all the knowledge that you usually get from Shanta Kumar sir. So we hope to see you on our campus soon, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, for always being the helping hand in having such kind of activities, and all the management that we have with Marathwada Mitra Mandal. So I thank you, everyone, each and everyone, and I announce that this function is over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.